Scaling your law firm doesn't have to be difficult. It's all about mastering a few key strategies, systems, and mindsets. Welcome to the Scalable Law Podcast, where we talk about how you can increase profit in your pocket and time in your calendar. My name is Carolee Fontanelli, and I have successfully scaled my firm so that it doesn't solely rely on me. Now I love teaching other law firm owners how to do the same. Let's transform your business starting now. Welcome back to another episode of the Scalable Law Podcast. I am super glad that you are tuning in today from wherever it is that you're tuning in from. I don't know about you, but I love listening to my podcasts when I'm on a walk or when I am in the car and I'm commuting somewhere. That is the best time for me to consume this quality sort of content where I can learn and grow. So I hope that you're having a great day, no matter where you're tuning in from. So today we're going to be talking about 5 hard truths about running a 7-figure law firm. As a law firm owner myself and the founder of Scalable Law, I am someone who's made every mistake in the book when it comes to growing a law firm beyond 7 figures. After a little break I've had this year, I'm back on the mic and I'm ready to deliver some real talk for you today. If your law firm is hitting, nearing, or surpassing that $1 million mark in revenue, firstly, congratulations. That is no small feat. But the truth is that if you're running a firm that is $1 million plus in revenue, what that means is that you are running a team. There are lots of challenges involved, and it really doesn't necessarily mean that you are on the road to riches or freedom. And so I want to level with you today and really tell you where the challenges are when it comes to running a $1 million plus law firm. It really is a whole different beast from being a solo law firm owner. So today I'm going to share with you the 5 hard truths about running a $1 million plus law firm, because these are the things that no one tells you about when you're on the way up. I also find that law firm owners don't talk about some of these things because we like to paint the picture that everything is amazing and going so well. But just because you've hit a certain level of success in your law firm doesn't mean that it's going necessarily as well underneath the surface when we actually start scratching it. So let's dive in. So hard truth number 1, hitting $1 million year revenue does not mean freedom. When we're in growth mode, we often think once we hit $1 million, everything is going to get easier. I know for a lot of you that $1 million figure or that 7-figure law firm is a real goal. And sometimes we think that it's going to get easier when we get there. But here's the truth. Many law firm owners feel more trapped at $1 million than they did when they were at $400,000 a year turnover. Why? Because the machine is bigger, the team is bigger, there's a lot more to lose, and you're still wearing all of the hats most often. A lot of law firm owners that come into my accelerator program who are $1 million plus in their revenue, they are working harder than they have ever worked in their law firm. And for me personally, at around that 1.1, 1.2 revenue in my law firm, that was probably the toughest time for me. That was where I was really, really hitting burnout because I really didn't have that freedom. I was very, very trapped in my firm and it was exhausting me. The key here isn't just revenue, it's actually how the business is structured. If your law firm still relies on you to do all the lawyering, the managing, the marketing, the hiring, the accounts, the operations of the firm, it doesn't matter how big your revenue is, you are still going to be the bottleneck. In fact, the more hats you're wearing, the bigger the bottleneck is going to be across the firm itself. The freedom you want doesn't come from more clients or more revenue or more team. What it comes down to is having the right systems in place, having the right leadership skills, which we're not born with. We've got to learn all this as we go, and letting go and letting other people do some of the work. And when I talk about systems, I'm not talking about having a practice management system in place. Every law firm should have a practice management system in place, but that alone is not the right systems that are going to actually give you freedom in the firm. A practice management system only manages clients. It doesn't manage the business side of the firm or running the firm. So when I'm talking about systems, I'm talking about the systems and processes across every section of the business to let staff know and team know how the firm is run. So hard truth number 2, your team just won't step up without structure. What we expect is that our team are capable and they're just going to know what we want to do. This is one of the stings. You hire a bigger team expecting they're going to take work off your plate. But what actually happens, they come to you with every question. They can't make a decision. They're not proactive. I felt like when my firm was at this stage that my office was like a train station and there was like busy trains coming in every 5 seconds. Toot toot, what do you want me to do with this? What do you want me to do with that? And it was absolutely exhausting and you feel like I might as well just do it myself. Here's the hard truth. Great people need great leadership and they need great systems. If your team isn't stepping up, it's actually not necessarily about them. It's often that they lack structure, clear roles, KPIs, and accountability. What I find is that most team members really want to do a great job. They want to show up and they want to do their best. But when you're not stepping up as a leader and there's a lack of structure and a lack of clarity around their role and a lack of KPIs, they don't know what to do. And so they're left floundering. To fix this, you need a real leadership model in your firm. You need a very clear chart of responsibilities. You need weekly scorecards. You need 90-day goals. You need regular check-ins. You need to know your data and be having regular check-ins with your team. Culture without structure leads to absolute chaos. If your firm is feeling like chaos, then we need to fix it. Because what's going to happen is that your firm is just not going to move past a certain revenue until that chaos has turned to calm. Hard truth number 3, not knowing your numbers will hold you hostage. So many $1 million plus law firm owners still don't have a grip on their data or their numbers. And I'm not just talking about revenue. I mean profit, matter of costs, conversion rates, cost per lead, team productivity metrics, how much your average dollar spend is, how many leads you're getting in the door, all of it, all of the numbers. If you're scaling blind, you are just gambling and you're guessing and you're throwing stuff at the wall hoping that it's going to stick because you're not making decisions based on data. You can't delegate or make smart decisions if you don't understand where money is made, where it leaks, and how each part of your business is performing. Every single part of the business, not just a portion of it. So a scalable firm has a dashboard, it's updated weekly, and you get to see the truth of where your business is at one glance, and there's no more guessing. You don't need to guess how many inquiries you've had. You don't need to guess how many conversions you've had. You don't need to guess what the cash flow is like. In my accelerator program today, I had someone in there who has just implemented a data strategy, and she said it's amazing because I didn't realize how many calls we were getting in the firm for other services that we don't have anymore. So it has made her realize that she needs to get out in the marketplace a bit more and really tell the marketplace what area of practice they are in. And this is excellent because it means that you can fix those leaks and know exactly what's happening in the firm because you know your numbers and you know your data. Hard truth number 4. If you don't create space, you can't think strategically. This is a trap that I see time and time again with law firm owners. They are stuck in files, putting out fires, managing people, and their week just gets eaten alive. They want to be strategic, but there's no time or energy left to think big picture. They can't even go on holiday and take that space. And I know you might think going on holiday isn't going to help, but actually having space where you're not purposefully thinking about the office or the firm, but you're able to create space for yourself, the answers come to you. It becomes really, really clear. Here's the truth. You absolutely have to build space into your calendar on purpose. It does not appear magically unless you do that. You need thinking time, project time, and you need space for innovation and big decisions. The busier that your firm becomes, the more intentional you need to be with your time. In the Accelerator program, we spend 2 days on a retreat looking at your vision and your leadership, and all of those kinds of strategic higher thinking plans take place because we create space in a beautiful environment, and you're able to actually step away from the business and step into a place of space so that you can get that creative thinking happening. Hard truth number 5. If you don't redefine your role, you'll resent the business. At $1 million plus, you can't keep doing what you've always done. You can't keep doing the accounts, or you can't keep doing all of the legal work, or you can't keep doing operations in the business. Your role has changed. And you'll also find that there's parts of the role that you have been doing in a smaller business that you're just not good at anymore. In Accelerator this morning, I had someone say that they have now replaced themselves when it comes to accounts, which is awesome. So glad that they have. But she was shocked because she was like, this other person is so efficient. They know what they're doing. It was just so hard for me. You're a lawyer. You're not meant to be doing operations or accounts. And often we fall into those roles when it's our own business. But then as the business grows into $1 million plus business, you're no longer suited for that role. Finding someone that's better than you is going to be a massive win. In your firm, you're no longer the technician either. Sometimes you need to let go of some legal work. You need to be the bigger visionary and builder of the firm. If you're still deep in legal work, managing all the clients, chasing invoices, running the marketing yourself, you're actually going to burn out, and you will start resenting your business that you've built and worked so hard to build. I know for me, I absolutely got to this point where I resented the business so much, and I resented how much I was doing in the business and how much I hated it. This is when I really had to make a shift. And if this is you, it's really important that you shift as well from owner, operator, and technician to CEO of the law firm. That might mean hiring a practice manager or an operations manager. It might mean appointing a legal team leader, removing yourself from the day-to-day operations gradually, or hiring an accounts person. Your job is to create the machine, not to be the machine. Can you see the difference there? It's so important that you're able to step away. So my final thoughts here are that if any of these things are hitting home with you, you are not alone. Every successful law firm owner that I have worked with has hit the wall here somewhere. Scaling isn't about doing more, it's about doing the right things differently. So it's about working smarter and not harder, with structure, with intention, and the right support. And if you're ready to take the next steps, that's exactly what I do inside the Accelerator program at Scalable Law. I help firms that are $1 million plus that have a team to systemize their business so that the firm owner isn't working so hard and isn't as frustrated. You created your firm to have more freedom and more profit, and you can absolutely do that. That's exactly what I teach you to do in the Accelerator program. The doors are going to be opening soon for Accelerator. We take cohorts, so you're in amongst a group of amazing other law firm owners all at the same stage as you, and we implement a whole lot of strategies to give you your time back and to make you more profit over a period of a year plus. So I would love to have you contact me. Go to the scalablelaw.com website and make an appointment with me if you are interested in getting out of this really tough space, if you're in it, and moving into a space of freedom. All right, well, that's all I have for you this week. Thanks for tuning in today. I'll be back next week with another episode. I can't wait to keep this conversation going. I'm super passionate about helping law firm owners move past this space Until then, take care and keep building and scaling that law firm. Thank you for listening to the Scalable Law Podcast, brought to you by the Scalable Business Lounge. If you would love to know how you can get more clients without relying on referrals, head over to scalablelaw.com to watch my free masterclass. Until next time, you have got this.